everybody,
hey,
this is
people.
your faithful Amanda
Hello.
Splatts, and I'm rolling
Call me
today with
Neo.
Neo Paulino.
I'm Flavors Neapolitan Ice Cream Dog Boy Neapolino. What's up? How's it going? I really never really do the
Yeah.
proper intro thing. I have it in my like YouTube description. I don't know. What have I been doing lately? I've been doing like what's up YouTube? What's up VOD watchers? What's up lurkers and or something like that.
I don't know,
Hey
man.
everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Slay the Spire. Let's play Powerwash Simulator. We're playing Powerwash Simulator. Thanks for
Uh,
you.
where
Oh my
where
god,
are
that's
you?
funny.
It's going a little
I have the
chunky. I'll
turbo
warn you,
nozzle
but
too.
I'll cover
Yeah,
the whole area
15
at
degree
once.
nozzle.
It'll save some time. So
Yeah.
I will warn you, it is going a little chunky. I might have to change my settings at some point. But we'll go ahead and see
All
how
right,
it goes. So
that's
we're
fine.
here with the we got I when I initially picked this, I was just going
Mm-hmm.
by what jobs were available. I didn't know how big or how small it would be. So hold on, I'm
Didn't
just
know
gonna go
we
ahead and
wanted.
quickly check my see if I can
It's like
change
a
the
reasonable
graphics a little
size.
bit
Yeah, go
because it's
ahead. I
going a
know
little
you're on
bit
a
slow. I'm on a fucking potato, man.
relatively low spec PC.
Yeah, I'm just turning
Yes.
everything down.
Yes, a potato.
Resolution
Uh,
720, texture
I'm
quality
looking for the hidden
very
gnome.
low.
There's
Yeah,
a
he's
gnome
hidden
like
in
in
every
every level.
single level, isn't he?
Before we even start, I'm grabbing the ladder. How
Okay,
do I get
hopefully
in?
that'll help. Now I don't. I haven't even touched the ladders. Like when I was doing the
Oh
playground,
yeah,
I was just
you're being a
parkouring
parkour
over
pro.
everything. Yeah. So
Yeah.
look,
Oh, there we go. All right, I'm
and
in.
and it looks like this one actually allows me to use the upgrades that I've been grinding for offline. Cause I got the fucking
Oh, nice.
streamer
Yeah.
brain. If I didn't document it, it didn't happen. So I have to let everyone know that I've been grinding.
Yeah, we've been grinding off stream. This is like a fresh save file for me. My
Oh yeah,
usual separate. I completed the main story on my like main account,
yeah. Well,
but this is a fresh save file for stream.
I think I've gotten like to the bungalow, but
Oh
like
yeah,
not too
let's
far.
get
Like
started.
I haven't gotten the strong one yet.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
this is
apparently
my method.
the highest tier spray nozzle, the trident thing, you get it before the last mission. But I didn't realize that, so I did the last mission without the trident sprayer, and it took really long. But it was
Well,
okay because like this is my chill out game. This
well, I
is
guess.
my second monitor content enjoying game. This is like the game I play when I just want to like listen to a podcast or a stream or something in the background and just chill out.
Yeah, well, for me it was Darkest Dungeon for a little while, but then I found a lot more enjoyment doing that game on stream. As much as someone can enjoy Darkest Dungeon and not be and have
That's
their
cool.
soul fucking crushed. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
that
I know
or
of the game. I've never actually played it.
I've actually been playing a lot of golf too. I got a compilation of Neo Geo Pocket, really obscure console. They got Neo Turf Masters Golf on it, and I just something.
Oh,
It
cool.
used to do this back in the day too. Just something for my hands to do while my brain is consuming the talkie people. And now I am the
Hmm.
talkie people, and you are talkie with me, and I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate that.
Second monitor content. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
So I think
Uh,
I
talking about
turned
second monitor
my
content a lot of my streams, but I just love enjoying content like that. I don't know. Does that make me ADHD Zoomer pilled?
probably like I don't know. Are you playing
Highly
fucking
distracted.
Subway Surfers at the same time or?
Yeah, Subway Surfers, Minecraft parkour, those like soap carving, whatever stimulation videos, the
Everything
dancing
is cake.
fruit, the cake cutting. Yeah, yep.
I tell you,
I
man.
don't know.
Like
I don't actually watch most of those. I've only
everyone,
put them up on stream for like for the bit, of course.
you're talking about the
Not
Minecraft
actually
parkour,
that
man.
brain rotted.
Everything, everyone's
Oh
playing the
yeah,
fucking Minecraft, man. Like I get the
I
feeling
know.
that I am
Everyone's
gonna
like
have.
doing streams and stuff. Jelly's been streaming the whatever Parkour Civilization server exists,
Like
like a lot.
I get the feeling I'm gonna have to invest in that shit someday. Even though like I wouldn't normally
Have you played
play.
Minecraft?
Nah, never. I originally thought about picking up
Never.
when I started doing this, but then I found out it's not on Steam for some fucking reason. You'd think every game in the world is on Steam, and that's one of the biggest games in the world, and it's not.
Yeah, except for the ones that aren't, because they hate the consumers.
Yeah,
Even though you could argue that like Steam is also a monopoly, but it's a monopoly that people like because I don't know, people like the service, and you know it's generally pretty good, connects you to people. Oh, I need the 0-degree nozzle here.
I'll blame Gaben.
Is caked on whatever rusted stuff, tarnished metal. Neo grooming people in Minecraft. Hi Neo. Oh hello. Oh hello Cyclocus. Hello Res. Welcome to the Powerwash Simulator stream. I haven't even played this game on stream, but I put like probably 30 plus hours into it off stream, completed the main story.
Yeah,
it's like my chill out game. This is like ideal Zatsu game. This is the game to play while doing literally anything else that doesn't require your hands.
It is for the first 99%. But when you get down to that last 0.01% and you're staring
that's
around
when you
the
got
whole
a gamer
world,
focus mode.
Yeah, looking into the fucking where that one last edge of dirt is, because like last night I almost burnt myself out on this game. Finishing off the golf course.
Doing the mini golf course, yeah.
Yeah, and then for some reason, even though I was just playing the game in my BGM music, I got copyright claimed, and that was the whole fucking thing. Yeah. But not copyright claimed.
Did it say what the stream got like taken down?
The stream got
like
blocked.
Paused
it was the thing where they said, if you stop the copyright content, the stream will continue. But I don't know what copyright content I was doing. It was just
like it's got to be the background music, right? There's like nothing else.
But that's weird. I've been using the background music for like a month and it hasn't been dinged yet. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a conspiracy. They're out to get you.
I feel like
welcome to the NHK reference.
I feel like maybe that's one of the reasons I haven't thought seriously about doing this for a job, is because you're really putting your financial well-being in YouTube's hands, and they can change policy so quickly.
That is, yeah, pretty crazy to consider. When like was it Taiga had their YouTube channel just completely taken out due to like, well, I think it was like both mass reporting and like I don't know, YouTube upheld the content violations. Too sexual content, too much sexual content, too sexually gratifying.
Yeah, but then you look at like all the music videos that are on the platform making millions of views, and the type of sexual content. Like, I'm not against it, but I wish that moderation would be a little bit more like even, or maybe have a little bit more.
It does feel, especially recently with like Twitch's random VTuber bans.
Yeah, I haven't even
like
do you
models.
stream on Twitch?
Or even chibi models. Like chibi models, really. Like was it Chromu? I don't really see that model as like completely lowly. It's like pretty stylized, so I find it extra weird that Twitch is like extra hard on a model like that.
I don't know, man. I almost wonder if it's reactionary, like if maybe Twitch was getting hammered for something else, some other type of content thing, and they just figured it was easier to do this. But when
you already have a bunch of like, you know, ASMR creators doing stuff, and Flash streamers doing stuff, but hot tub streams.
Yeah, but when fucking Iron Mouse is like your #1 streamer, and you're gonna go hard on other VTubers, that's not a good look. Because, you know, Mouse...
That is true, yeah, with Iron Mouse recently hitting #1 sub count, right?
Yeah.
assume it's just advertisers against it. Always boils down to that. That's my theory, is that it's the payment processors and the advertisers that care about it. Ooh, we don't like this content because it doesn't appeal to normies, because it's going to scare the normies away. So don't do something about it. And, you know, they probably have like actual freaking statistical analysis to prove it or something, but sucks for us.
And unfortunately, unless there's some kind of leak, you don't get to see what they're seeing on the back end, so you can't tell just how accurate it is. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hose down the top here. Okay, because like I said, I guess that and spending all the money on this kind of made me shy away from doing this as a job and start doing this as more of a hobby. That and I'm primarily gonna be doing singing content, and I get paranoid about doing the getting copyright strike for any of the karaoke tracks I might use.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you into like computers and gaming outside of YouTubing?
Not really.
I feel like the pipeline for most people is they already have like a gaming capable PC or whatever, because they're into gaming and then they get into streaming on top of that.
Well, no, my path to flavor was totally ass backwards. Like, I put the marker on the character first without even having a computer to stream or internet at home. And then I just worked backwards from there, tried to keep the community abreast of what was going on. I feel like I might have pissed a couple people off because they thought I was like grifting or looking for money or something. And I hope the fact that I've been streaming like an average of 5 to 7 times a week kind of helped make that back off. And I've been, and I think it has. I think I've finally started to prove to people that I really want to do this for the content and trying to bring a type of experience that I want to get from my oshis that I don't get to watch a lot of anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. People are gonna say stuff, I think, regarding. I've mostly been able to avoid it so far, but I keep getting the feeling that eventually, you know, I will reach a point where there will be people who see me negatively, especially if I like start being more, I guess, active in the VTuber space, or like reaching out to people or like interacting with other people. I am going to reach people who aren't in like my target audience, or like don't like the kind of stuff that I do. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it.
Well, it was actually the opposite for me. A couple weeks ago, I think it was a few weeks ago, I tried to do as many collabs as I could in a week, due to Mina Vanilla, who was something like completely, my kind of a complete fan base opposite of mine. But she was one of the original flavors. She put out an invitation. Anyone who wants
really
to,
nice. She seems really nice.
Oh, she's such a fucking sweetheart, man. She was trying to help me out.
To comment on, I don't know, my first like cover that I uploaded, I think.
Yeah,
don't worry, you know, I can be your auntie. All right, thanks, like Locust. Yeah, you're already the first person timed out in my chat. Thanks to Bunny, who I made Janny that last stream. Congrats. You're already on the way to being the auntie.
Yeah, shout out to Chase, man. He just recently started, and I got you and you and him down in Mexico, south of the border, down Mexico way.
Oh yeah, Forza Horizon, yeah. That was a fun stream. He's a really cool guy. Feet guy still holds that? I'll never. Oh wait, you're right. You're right. I did. I timed out that guy first. on the Forza Horizon stream, actually, the first one. Oh man. Yep, it's Jover. It's Jover. He'll never be able to claim that title anymore.
It's weird. I think the first person I ever timed out and hit from one of my streams was actually someone who had a profile picture of me and a fake name of me. So I don't know. It's just fucking skinwalkers.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
do a little skinwalking.
Like an old
funny flavor AI VTuber designs.
Yeah, although the design I picked, the Amanda Splatts from that one document, I feel like it's almost an original character with how much I've changed. Because the original Amanda Splatts was like a magical anime girl, except it was a roadkill armadillo. And I'm like,
Yeah, I remember
I,
seeing that like a long time ago.
I mean, like
Way back
I
when
love
I was
anime.
like looking for unused designs and found the ice cream dog.
Yeah, and I thought it was weird that you chose Neapolitan as a dog because I thought chocolate wasn't good for dogs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is kind of funny. Wait, I
Well,
haven't even incorporated that in like any way so far.
yeah, well, I tried to do
The
lore stuff
dog that
like,
poisons himself.
well, we all ingest things that maybe is not
Yeah,
the
like
best for us.
microplastics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those microplastics are fucking everywhere, man.
Microplastics in our brains, in our balls,
But I
in
thought that's
our
where the pee was
everything.
stored.
Oh, yeah. Well, now there's microplastics mixed in too. Some
And
weird people out there. There's some weird people out there on the internet. In
it's weird
I
fucking
should know
times, man.
considering how long I spent like seeing the the weird side of the internet, I guess. I love macroplastics. Welcome, Nicola.
Yeah, Nicholas Senpai, she was
Yeah,
one of my big
where yeah, you're
inspirations as
you're
well.
ahead of the curve. We're all on microplastics. Yeah, no, I eat macroplastics. I still have the freaking Windows accessibility thing where you press control a bunch of times and it highlights the cursor. Actually, no, wait. I think that's a Power Toys thing. Oh, it's on me for not disabling that in Power Toys. All right.
I just find it easier to use a controller whenever I can, because like I just hit the
Controllers are
right
nice.
uh, D-pad. Well, most of them are
Mm-hmm.
nice. I got this dog shit $27.
Actually, you know what? I can change this right now. Let me open the freaking Power Toys thing.
I got this twenty
But
seven
yeah, what
dollar
controller you
Xbox One generic. It's like a step above the Mad Cats, but it's doing its job.
got? Okay, I got like I think I got the official Xbox controller from eBay for a bit lower than it usually is, like $30, $40. But then the sticks started drifting. And I told the story just before like the second Forza stream, but I like so I opened up the controller because I found a guide online that's supposed to fix the stick drift. You open up the controller and then you spray like air, like compressed air into the stick mechanism to like clean it out. And then that supposedly can fix the drift. It did not fix the stick drift for me because I'd been using this controller for like I think 2 or 3 years, playing like hundreds of hours of Potato and stuff on that left stick. But then, so I opened it up, I sprayed air into the thing, and it didn't fix it. I closed it back up, re-screwed in all the screws, found another guide, and it said do the same thing, open it up, but then take a flathead screwdriver and pry apart this part of the stick mechanism from the rest of the stick mechanism, and just do that slightly and it'll fix it. So I tried that. I opened it back up and then I tried that and then it fixed the stick drift. So now I'm using my Xbox controller again.
Wow, man. I'd be a
Yeah,
little. I know that's how you
what a real
fix it
friend
without
rest.
having to pay a ton of money. But I'll be a little terrified of anything where I had to open something up that I owned because, like, I'd forget where the screw
Well,
is.
okay, I've done it a few times and I've only messed things up a couple of times. I had to like replace the battery on my phone before I got a new phone. Like the battery was just dying. It was like randomly dying from like 50%. So I had to replace the battery. And nowadays, on like every phone, the freaking battery is glued in. You can't just like unscrew some stuff and then replace it in like the conveniently placed battery slot. No, you gotta like unscrew it, unscrew this thing to detach the main board from the thing, unscrew this thing to detach the sound speaker system, whatever. And then you reach the battery that's at the bottom of the freaking phone. And so I did that to replace the battery, found like a kit online, and then used like my screwdrivers and stuff to open it up. I did that, but when opening the phone, because you have to open the screen, you have to like use suction cups and stuff and heat
Wow.
to like weaken the adhesive, the glue, and then take like pry out the screen with like a flat thing like a guitar pick or something. So I did that, but I cut like a little too deep into the adhesive with the guitar pick,
Uh-oh.
and it created like a blemish on the corner of the screen. I've since changed phones, but I had to deal with that for a bit.
It almost sounds like more trouble than it's worth, man.
Honestly, probably yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends. Like it's either that or you like pay someone else to do it, and then at that point you could also just buy a new phone.
Yeah.
But like each different option is like another extra cost, right?
Well, that's how they get
Please
you,
give
man.
me access to my phone. They're usually heat shield sealed shut. Yeah, yeah. I had to use like the hair dryer to try and get the adhesive together or to weaken it.
And wasn't there like the whole thing about like right to repair, where it's about
I hate
where you
phones so
should be able
much.
to repair things yourself and not void the
Yeah, there's a
warranty
whole
or
like right
something?
to repair movement thing. I hear a lot about like John Deere tractors, how they put like software locks and stuff, and then they want only officially licensed John Deere mechanics for farm workers to fix their freaking farm equipment. And so I think a few states have been passing laws to prevent that, make it so they can't do that, so that they have to like make the repair systems and like documentation as available as possible.
I swear, man,
Which is the
you got Farmer John learning how to fucking hack tractor. His
yeah,
system is
in the
broken, man.
cyberpunk dystopia of 2024, you need to level up your hacking skill just so you can repair your tractors,
It's
so you
like
can harvest your crops.
Stardew Valley 2027.
Yeah. Oh man. In
I,
current year.
I swear to God, it's crazy and it's daunting to get into. Like I can understand why. Like there's a lot of elderly people here in my area, the desert, and I can understand why many of them just really don't want to get involved in that shit. Like I ask them, "Hey, what's your email address?" And they're like, "I'm 92 years old," and I'm like, uh, that that's a different question. But then you see
Mm-hmm.
a fucking swear that it's gonna be so much more. It's already ingrained as part of just normal, regular human life, and it's gonna be even bigger over the next few years as pretty much everything moves online. But and
Yeah, when like
it just makes you want to
COVID
return to
happened and all
monkey.
the restaurants switched to using like QR codes on menus.
Yeah,
Like
unfortunately, like
it's like the expectation is you have a phone. You guys don't have phones. Did that one segment from, was it BlizzCon, when they announced like Diablo
yeah,
or something, Diablo
what
4.
some Diablo mobile game or something. Like
Yeah.
one of the streamers I like to Tiffy Weavy was talking about that. She's a fan of Diablo, but uh, kind of. Well, we ended up she ended up playing it anyways, of course, but because there's a lot of weirdness with all these companies, but you still want to support the developers and the people who bust their ass making these games, and
Yeah,
not just the
it's
big
rough.
corporations. But like, where do you draw the line?
Surprised there's in a business around open source retrofitted controller hardware for John Deere tractors. The case I remember was it Kitsch and McDonald's, the Taylor ice cream machines,
Oh
where
yeah,
Kitsch was like this company making a device meant to read the freaking diagnostics codes from the Taylor ice cream machines so that the employees could actually get like proper instructions. Here's what you do to fix the thing. It hasn't been done the heat cycle, whatever, to clean it. So do that and then you fix it or whatever. And then Taylor, because their business, they're actually making a ton of money by like selling the repair services, like hiring people out to be the mechanics, like the service technicians for the machines, and then making franchise owners pay their technicians to fix their ice cream machines. And so they sued Kitsch, the company making the like their little hacky device to actually give proper error messages to the users of the Taylor machines for
The
ice
hell,
cream. There's
it's
a
a hell,
reason why the ice cream machine's always broken at McDonald's is because of this.
it's a hell of a job if you can get it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how doing that shit programming and everything is the way of the future, and how it's going to get rid of all the manual labor, and then AI comes in and does that for all the other programming and shit, because you now got AI programming things.
It's not quite there yet. Like AI for coding is basically fancy audio complete at this point. And I think there's a lot of undeserved hype surrounding AI at the moment. It's all very like speculative on like technology that we don't yet have and that doesn't seem to be like immediately coming.
And I think that's one of the big reasons I chose FlaVR over anything else is because of its ties to AI and how you got people like Nicola using AI and using it expertly and doing so many different things with it. Trying to be a little bit less scared of it because
I've tried it, wasn't too impressed. Oh, it says the game session was closed.
that's weird. I've
Did
been
your internet cut out or something?
It says connection
Can
timed
I
out.
join again? Connection timed out.
That's weird.
Hold on, I'm trying to join. Unable to connect. Okay. Are you still in the mission?
I'm back to the title screen.
So bright evening world. Oh man.
Continue.
You should be able to continue it with like the progress kept, I think.
Yeah, bonus jobs, odd jobs. Yeah, gnome fountain 36%.
Cool. Okay, so you start again and then invite me.
Resume job. Yeah.
I
I
tried
don't
it,
know what
wasn't
it
too
is.
impressed. Yeah.
Because like I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. I think maybe it's just a little hiccup or something. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done co-op power washer. I probably should have tested it first because I am not the kind
That
of
could just
person.
be an internet thing. I don't know, but you have the progress already, so I guess you gotta host it
Yep,
again.
at 36%.
Brave new world.
It's loading right now.
Hello, Sensoka.
Hey, Sensoka, how you doing, bro? Okay, so pulling up the tablet.
Here in Flavor Civilization. In 2024 Civilization. Ah man, are you gonna watch? Have you seen Parkour Civilization, Amanda?
I've seen clips of it. Like I haven't watched the whole thing. You should get the invite.
Yep.
There we go. I've watched little clips of it, but I haven't like watched the whole thing yet. Because I will admit, I've kind of burnt out when it comes to Minecraft content over the last like
it's a
few
little bit
years.
Zoomer brain rotty.
Yeah.
To me, it was like the upper limit of being too, I don't know, what do you call it? Fast paced, super hyper fast edited.
It's all skibbity and everything. Are you in?
I have to download the dirt.
Download
It's
the
downloading
dirt.
from your upload speed, I imagine.
It's weird. My upload speed
beast.
is like 25 to
Jump
30. And I noticed I know I needed to get a good upload speed in order to work from home.
Well, it is partially taken up by streaming, right?
It's a working night making those keychains. Good stuff, Sensoka. Good stuff, man.
Nice.
Eventually I want to get in touch with you, my man, about doing a coin with Amanda, with me on one side, and San Ruby on the other. But that's gonna be down the road. I understand if we got like paying customers and stuff first, because you've got fucking talent, man. You've been showing all this great stuff you do, and you got fucking talent. You deserve to get paid for it, man. And it's people like Sensoka that kind of help make me a little bit less scared of AI and shit like that. Seeing how and the craftsmanship and everything, being able to do everything so differently here, it's really kind of helped.
Yeah.
What else kind of helped was that initially I had the game on full screen on my I'm using my phone to gauge how shit it's running. but I did the old video game trick of like back in the Sega CD days, where they just put all the action in a tiny little screen in the middle, so it's not rendered so much, and it seems to be moving fine now. I'll have to remind that for tomorrow. Yeah, you're my
Yep.
test subject for this shit, man. I hope you don't fucking mind.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
glad you.
good. I'm glad I can help you stress test your streaming setup.
I appreciate it, man, because I got enough stress as it fucking is. I swear to God, man. They brought up
Yeah.
corporate restructuring at the Salt Mines
Ooh.
LLC a few weeks ago,
Uh-oh.
and
Good luck.
well, the good news is I went ahead and talked to my district head, and they said that it's not affecting us. Dot 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 yet.
Okay. Dot dot dot. Yeah. Okay.
So, oh, have we found that little gnome bastard yet?
I
That
haven't
little.
seen him.
Because when I was doing the golf course, he actively fucking pissed me off. He was in the hallway at the ninth hole castle, and he was blocking me from spraying everything. I had to eat his ass out, man. So I don't know if that gnome is like a Half-Life reference or what.
I know there's a gnome in Half-Life in was it episode 2, and there's a gnome in Left 4 Dead 2, where you have to like bring it to the end for an achievement. Like, not a good sign.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah.
you have to carry it the entire game. I'll be
Yeah,
clear
you
by
have to,
the
like,
end of the month,
carry
and
it through to
nuke
the
only
end.
takes about 30 minutes, so long as the art is done. Well, I'll try to generate something as soon as I can, my man. But I don't know if you saw it on my Discord. I got dinged by Microsoft. I was generating too much shit because with my computer, with my rig, there's no way I'm gonna be able to run something powerful like Stable Diffusion on it. So I just use services like Microsoft Bing, where you can just do everything on the website itself. And I got dinged for generating too many images, which is weird because there's not supposed to be a fucking limit. Like what they do is they give you 15 tokens every 24 hours, I think it is, and that stuff gets generated instantly. But even if you run out of tokens, you can keep generating like if it's not like a peak time of day. So like you barely even notice it. So sometimes they just have to put a hard stop on it. Like, you're drawing too many pictures of like fucking boats
You hit the
with
quota.
wings.
You've been using our free compute resources too much, and we
Yep.
can't profit off of your user data enough to justify it.
Yep.
Amanda, you might want to get another job lined up. That's coming down the pipe.
Yeah,
Says
probably.
Nicola. Yeah,
Yeah,
all I've heard about the job market recently has been not good news. So anyone with a job in this economy should probably,
Well, luckily, if nothing else, I
be
do have
prepared.
savings. Like, I haven't gotten into
Savings are
what
good.
salt mine quote unquote is, but thankfully, due
Mm-hmm.
to the being an essential service during the pandemic, I didn't actually lose any time or any money during the pandemic, so I was able to save a lot of that pandemic money that the government gave us.
Yeah, that's
So,
good. If you can save, you should definitely,
so it's gonna
invest if you can in safe investments
yeah, it's gonna be a hard
or risk
landing, but
investments.
I got quite a while to fall if it happens that way.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe I'll just have to go into doing this thing full time, man. Maybe I will spend my last. I don't know how much. How much does a really good fucking ray trace shit kicker computer cost these days? If I want to stream like 5 instances of Silent Hill 2 at once or something.
It's kind of a good question. See, like, there's graphics performance, but probably bigger is like CPU and RAM if for like streaming specifically. Although, let's see, you got your GPU, which should have a hardware video encoder to like ease some resources off of what would be on the CPU otherwise. And then enough RAM. I am sort of figuring out that 16 is not quite enough in today's age.
Yeah.
Although it's not that bad when I'm like playing one game and streaming one game, but I'm worried about like anything beyond that. I think I'm realizing that like maybe my setup can't really handle 3D VTubing app with highly graphically intensive game. Probably due
Yeah,
to RAM. I'm not sure. Actually, no, it's like no, it's more of a is it CPU thing? I'm not sure actually. I have 32. Yeah. See, Nicola was smarter than I was when picking out this rig. See, I assumed that in the future, software would be written better and use less resources instead of fucking everyone making everything a web app that uses hundreds of megabytes of RAM and runs in the background and fucking everything sucks.
yeah. Sensoka's right. 16 ain't as big as it used to be, and I just got 8 running, and I thought
And
it
it's a
was good
real
enough.
fucking shame that it isn't, because we definitely can write software that uses resources better.
I mean,
We just aren't.
look at all the fan patches for games that are coming out that make
Mm-hmm.
things run better and more efficient. Like Cara Malone's been playing Silent Hill 2, and it was running okay until they had to drop in like the creatures and stuff, and she ended up having to purchase mod packs for that, just for a
Mm-hmm.
basic function of the fucking game. So it's
Mm-hmm.
great that the community is able to step up and fix all these problems, but they shouldn't have to for a product they're putting like $70 to $100 down on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Man. Man. I need to
Yeah,
like prepare like a very impassioned rant just so I can like give this rant every time that I end up talking about fucking RAM and software performance in current year.
yeah. That's why
Do I
I'm
still
love.
use Vim based?
That's why one of the biggest reasons why I'm a retro gamer is because like I can run King of Fighters '98 or some old Nintendo game from like the late '80s, early '90s, and that's not too horribly bad. But if I try to run something like even Tabletop Simulator, even though I'm told Tabletop Simulator is kind of chunky, then it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a whole fucking thing, and the screen stops showing sometimes and turns black because it's
I do
overheating.
photography for Grab 64 gigs for the gaming PC, 128 for the server PC. Glad I did now. Oh yeah, like photo editing, video editing, those are pretty legitimate uses of random access memory, I'd say.
Well, I get to the
You
point,
know,
and
there's kind of a limit on what you can write the software to do better in that case.
well, I keep bringing
Me,
up
I've been doing a bit of like audio stuff recently, and that's not too bad.
what programs do you use?
I'm using Cakewalk by BandLab. It's like a free DAW. I'm not sure if it's gonna stay free because I think they're switching to like a different model or something, but whatever. For now, it's a free digital audio workstation. And so I've been doing like some cover recording and stuff there. I'm still like a little not satisfied with my voice. It could just be the perfectionism in me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I like your fucking voice, man.
Or it's probably
It's
also just,
very chill,
you know, skill
very
issue
chill.
on my part.
Yeah,
AI stuff uses a lot of VRAM. Oh yeah, yeah. VRAM on the graphics card though. For me, I'm on what's it, a 3070 with 8 gigs, I think. And so it's like just enough for some AI stuff. I haven't been doing it as much recently.
yeah. I've just had to go with like stuff like Copilot, or I almost wanted to get a financial or a
Someone
subscription
else's
to
PC,
Novel
the
AI.
cloud, someone else's PC, someone else's server.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually invited to a server where they were running a whole bunch of AI stuff for free, and you could just put your requests in there. But then I got a little
Oh, that's good.
paranoid about like what they were gonna do with it or whatever.
Well, someone's paying for it and someone's benefiting presumably from it.
Yep.
I really like to cover real vocals. Oh, thank you. Yeah, again, I I've been working on another cover and listening to it back, and I keep analyzing the slightest things and going skill issue, skill issue, skill issue. Ah, I need to be better. I need to be better.
Well, I
But
think
maybe that's
we
me obsessing. Like, there's to me when I look at covers on YouTube, there's like a very distinct correlation between like the quality of the singing or of the cover or whatever and the view count.
yeah Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm obsessing a lot over, I don't know, my singing ability right now.
I think maybe we as human beings are just not wired to be able to judge our own capabilities. Because they've done studies about this where people do get weirded out over their own voices, regardless of how good they may be. I do think your
I
voice is
know that
very
feeling.
chill, man, and I do love popping into your streams when my schedule allows. Just kind of like one of the best streams
Oh,
that
that's good.
I caught recently. It was you doing Friday Night Funkin', and a lot of streams
Oh
had just
yeah.
ended. So by pure chance, everyone was just pouring in like it was the fucking after party, and we just had a blast.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I didn't like play it in forever, but then the update came out, so it was like this is the time to play the game again. Also, I haven't really played a lot of rhythm games on stream. I mean, mostly that's like because copyright usually when I play rhythm games, I like playing the custom songs that people make that are just like ripped from the internet. I guess Vocaloid stuff is usually fine, but other than that, it's like
Yeah.
a concern.
Well,
But
like
yeah.
as a singer, I do get paranoid about copyright. Like that's one of the reasons why when I did my debut, I sang a cappella because I didn't
Hmm.
want my debut to get dinged. And so far,
Yeah,
I've
it is
been
kind of
lucky.
rough.
I've been lucky so far. The only time that I ever got a song blocked in like a country was like I did Gorillas once, but everything else has been
Hmm.
okay so far. But now I just gotta be more careful because, like I said, there's that fucking I don't know if it's a copyright troll or just YouTube being weird
YouTube is going to
about
kill you for wrong copyright
yeah, and
infringement.
and
Yeah.
Twitch is gonna kill you for showing a fucking hip.
And Twitch is gonna fucking enforce the rules that were technically already there, but they never fucking enforced them before regarding like copyright on music on karaoke stuff.
And it is
That's what I
weird
heard.
because like and that's also another thing why I get worried about making this a full time thing because like how do you fight that? And if you don't have like Markiplier numbers or
And
something,
they're
you
like,
don't have an
technically,
army that
you
can
are
call.
breaking the rules that were already there. They already existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like my heart wants
It
to
is
put
rough.
more into this, but it's that and financial
Like
figures and
ideally,
stuff.
okay. So I think one good thing is that the Vocaloid community, like Japanese Vocaloid artists, they typically release their songs for non-commercial use and encourage people to make covers of their songs. And that's like normal in the whole like Vocaloid space. So that
Yeah,
is one like uh good area. One's relatively safe area.
yeah.
Of
Yet
course
another,
they're gonna take like the monetization and stuff, but they aren't gonna like strike you or anything.
yet another reason why Hatsune Miku is gonna save the fucking world, man.
Hatsune Miku domination.
Like
I believe in Vocaloid supremacy.
I tell you, man. My mother, Mother Splatts, she visited a few days ago, and she asked me if I knew who Hatsune Miku was, because I
That's so
have
funny.
like a nephew who's into that stuff, and I I I I, I tried to figure out like she's a really smart woman, but I didn't know how to
Hmm.
explain it to her, so I just went with my retrograde. Look,
Kind of like explaining
Hatsune,
a VTuber to like a non-VTuber fan.
and it's like Hatsune Miku is essentially the music thing in Mario Paint, except it's a woman who says a whole bunch of syllables, and you can use the syllables like the notes and everything. And I think it clicked that way.
Yeah, the whole vocal synth as a concept. Not even getting into the idea of the character being like a mascot and being the voice of the vocal synth, and then people having a whole online community surrounding the character and their own creations regarding that character. Yeah, there's a whole freaking rabbit hole to
It
delve into.
seemed it seems like people keep rediscovering her again and again, like every few years. Like something big pops
Yeah,
off, and
kind of.
she did that. What was it, Coachella or
Brazilian
something?
Miku recently, I guess.
And then she was like, she did the hologram thing that Tupac did. It was it's eternal, man. You get a good product like that, you get a good, interesting character like that. Although she is kind of a blank template. Like she'll sing whatever you put in front of her.
Hmm.
But
Sex.
it's a style, man.
Things about sex.
Yeah,
And then people are like always surprised when they realize, oh, there's Vocaloid songs about sex. Yeah, there has been for like forever, for over a decade.
man, there have been
Uh,
songs about sex for I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands of years, man. Like fucking whole entire classical compositions based on that. But it's just a
it's a lot
human
of fun.
basic
I've
need,
heard
man.
the covers. I've heard like people synthy covers of like other songs or just like synthy songs in general. Yeah, I'm like really impressed by the I don't know the sound of it. I remember hearing it like early on in the whole recent AI boom. Everyone's all that recent AI hype, I guess. And I was like, hey, that's a pretty good synthetic voice. I used to explain it as a human voice being made into an instrument, and there's a mascot that comes with it, so even people who can't sing can make their songs. Yeah,
That makes
that's a
complete
pretty good
sense.
summary. Yeah, like 2 or 3 sentences.
Because like Mother Splatts is intelligent, but she's not like God bless her. She tries to get into the stuff that I'm in. So every once in
Mm-hmm.
a while, I'll try to explain it in terms like I think she'll get. Surprisingly enough, she got Tekken, the story of Tekken, right away, because she
Oh,
watches
neat.
a lot of soap operas, and like
Ah,
men, fathers and sons throwing each other into fucking volcanoes. It's like The Young and the Restless, except with just slightly more violence.
heard a
Because
lot
of
of
the
people making their Utao voice banks. Yeah, like you can just make a custom one, and then Teto started out as one, right?
I think
Trying to remember my
didn't
Teto history.
Didn't Kiryu Coco that was like one of the things last things Kiryu Coco did too, because
Oh,
there
did
was
she
some thing about
release an Utao?
how not using your voice for unwarranted projects or something. So she just put out a video of her saying all the Japanese syllables, and then people got pissed
Oh, that's
off.
hilarious.
And then she had to do a second video because all of her American fans were pissed off that she didn't do the English
Using
syllables
English
too.
sounds.
So she had to put a second video out.
Nice. Get that whole international inclusion. And it's also
So
important because like a lot of Japanese songs end up using English words and stuff in them anyway, and use like the English voice banks as a result.
yeah, one of the greatest video game songs of all time. Fucking the theme from Daytona, USA is English. Glorious, glorious,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful English. Daytona, let's go. It's just, it's beautiful, man.
Daytona. Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to
AP and
sing too
EN, the
much
only
because I don't want to
languages
get
that
dinged again.
matter. uh,
So I was
yep, the only languages that matter to American weebs like me.
American
uh,
and fucking other.
USA, USA, USA.
Although I have been trying to learn a little bit of Spanish here and there, because there are a lot of Spanish-speaking
That's
people out here in the desert. Just so I can,
mm-hmm.
I'm not just trying to broaden my horizons, but it is so hard to learn a language when you're an adult as opposed to learning a new one when you're younger. I really should have started like a fucking long time ago doing that.
Yeah, I think I started both Spanish and Japanese in like high school. I didn't really continue on the Spanish, but I continue on Japanese myself. I just actually no, I entirely studied Japanese by myself just for like online stuff through flashcards, through reading manga, and of course watching VTubers. Like the majority of my Japanese listening has been a bit of anime, but like probably the majority is like VTubers at this point.
Yeah,
Live streams are a really good way of like learning languages actually, just because it's an easy way to get exposed to a lot of like listening time
well,
for that language.
it
As long as you
depends.
can understand enough to like get a foothold and then be able to like fill in some blanks and be learning something while you're listening.
Well, from what I understand, it depends on the VTuber because aren't there some of them with the
Some of them speak
accents?
really fast, yeah.
Yeah, and the
Uh,
accents like really rare regional accents and stuff. I forgot there were a couple of them. I forget who.
mm-hmm. For me, watching Beatani, because she had a very large English audience, even though she was Japanese. So oftentimes she like say something in Japanese first and then try to translate into English, and that actually helped a lot for me learning actually, because like while she was learning English too, so that was a fun little cultural exchange kind of thing.
Things that
Dual
really drew
English
me to
stream.
Coco
Beatani.
and when
Beatani mentioned. Can't go a
Hololive,
single stream without mentioning Beatani.
and I know when
Oh
Hololive
yeah,
English
Kiryu
first came
Coco,
out.
right? Bridging the ENJP
Yeah,
divide,
and then when
right?
EN came out, and the fact that Kiara was able to speak Japanese as good as she was, that definitely helped too. Although now there are so many fucking VTubers out there, you can't get in your own little bubble with your own little company, and
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Like you can just stick to watching a handful of creators and you've already got enough content for like all you need forever.
yeah,
Kikun was great for using English Japanese. I think I only watched like some clips of her and never really caught her streams, but I really like Pikomi.
yeah, she's doing well though. It's like Coco is like. We
She's
don't
going
talk
well.
about past lives and shit, but they are living their best life right now, man. I fucking swear.
Honestly, okay, the whole past life thing seems to have faded dramatically, especially recently with a lot of like high profile people leaving large companies and then, you know, going off and doing their own thing, and everyone fucking knows at this point. Everyone knows. So it seems like the taboo is getting less and less of a thing.
And
The
like,
world needed her most. She vanished.
what was that one company that just went under recently?
Was it
Iron Project
AN
or something? Iron
AN
or
project? Yeah, yeah.
where they were actually going to go ahead and link to the
Yeah, I saw that.
reincarnations.
It's really nice of them to do that.
Yeah,
You know, we're seeing a lot of like companies go under and then talents continue as indie. So, you know, it's like one more nice thing they can do is just, you know, link the fans directly to their new thing because, you know, your fans are your lifeblood.
yeah, either that or they'll do them a solid and let them keep the character since like if they're going out of business, fuck are they gonna do with it anyway? Like
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah,
ones
I
I
think
used
the majority of the people from that company were like continuing as the same characters as indie.
yeah, it's like one of the ones I
And
was
then a few of
watching
them
a
were
lot of
like reincarnating.
Omiya Emma. I forget
Mm-hmm.
she's that dungeon boss type, but she was in two different companies that folded, and luckily she was able to keep her character through both of them. And now she's solidly indie. So shout out to her. She got lucky. A lot of them have to just start over. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that'll
Yeah.
be part of the culture that changes.
Kind of. Well, I mean, even if they do start over, I think people tend to find out. People tend
Yeah,
to find out.
like
Niji accidentally helping the community by normalizing the past life thing. Yeah, yeah, definitely. When I
me.
was like the Selen incident is like probably the biggest thing, and then the other like V Shoujo, the recent hires,
I tell you, man, Selene doesn't even try to hide it, and she's been racking up fucking win after win after win.
based as hell.
Like,
She's winning. Yeah, she's fucking
like, like,
doing
like,
so well.
like my one of my favorite RPGs from back in the day was Final Fantasy IV. So I knew you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't trademark the term dragoon because that's a real thing that's been around for a long fucking time. So when she went
Mm-hmm.
ahead and Doki Bird said that she's gonna call her fans dragoons, I'm like, that they can't do anything about this.
So fucking based. She's on a warpath. It's gonna take back what's hers.
I mean, I feel so bad about the people who are
She
still
already has
there.
actually. She's like way bigger than she was under Niji, right? At this
Yeah,
point.
it's the Streisand effect, man.
It was absolutely, yeah. Like the whole controversy just skyrocketed her in popularity.
Like when the
It's insane.
antis were slamming Coco, and they accidentally or they unknowingly let everyone know who her past life was, and when she ended up announcing her graduation, her past life, I believe, overnight went from 100,000 followers to 600,000. So like,
Mm-hmm.
way to make sure she has a life outside of Hololive, jackass.
Yeah. Yeah, good for her. Way. Nesticles for life.
That's oh, dude. I'm old enough to remember when Nesticle was a Nintendo emulator. That's a fucking hag I am. Everyone's talking about hag love and everything. I'm like a legitimate fucking hag, and I don't feel it.
Heck
Like
yeah.
I'm old enough. Like I'm old. Like when I recently collabed with Lulu talking about PS1 games and
Mm-hmm.
talking about how PS1 games are considered retro. Like I know it's true, but it still makes me feel old as fucking dirt to think about it. Like I consider
Yeah.
Nintendo retro, man.
Game
They're
I grew up with is retro now.
yeah, there are fetuses out there who consider GameCube games retro. That just makes me sad.
I know. I think what makes me feel old is hearing about the kids raised on touchscreens who have no idea how to actually use a freaking keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Who see a monitor and like, why do I have to use these things to control it? Why can't I just touch the thing? And like there was a Pirate Software short where he was talking about like he was demoing a game at some games conference, and then when the kids came up to the screen, they didn't know what the fucking controller was, and they tried to touch the screen. What's a folder? Yeah, that's my
Eh,
dad trying to use the freaking computer.
yeah, speaking of game
It's
development,
it's like
man.
a bell curve, right? It's like it's a by something distribution, where there's like two sides of the curve, and then like both ends have no idea how to use a computer with like really old people and then really young kids.
Yeah, man. But speaking of game development, you've been working on something, haven't you, man?
Oh yeah, I'm only in my 40s, but I got kid older than a lot of my favorite YouTubers. Yeah.
Because
What did I say? I've been
I
doing a little bit off stream, but I've kind of been a bit less focused on it at the moment.
well,
I think I was gonna planning on doing like a big sort of visual mechanical overhaul, but it's still kind of in the planning stage, and that I think that's a problem. I haven't spent enough time actually like planning it out at this point.
I bring it up
And by big
because
overhaul, it's probably not going to be that
uh,
uh huge. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe someday. Teehee. Teehee.
I bring it up because I was
Maybe
doing a
shaders.
bunch of Steam demos recently because Next Fest was
A
going
bit of
on,
shaders, yeah.
and
Oh
I
yeah.
noticed a few of them. A couple interesting ones I really liked were using something called the Godot engine, and I had not
Oh
heard of
yeah.
that past you using it because isn't that what you use?
Yeah, yeah. So like I don't know, a year or so back, probably over a year by now. There was a whole Unity runtime fee controversy where they're going to like charge
Oh
game
God, I
developers
remember
per
that.
game install, and they like changed the terms of the deal to use the engine, and people freaked out, and everyone's like getting really pissed at Unity. And a couple of game developers, including was it Megacrit, the makers of Slay the Spire, they switched their engine from Unity to Godot after hearing that news. And so they like straight up ported the game that they were working on to Godot from Unity.
Now,
And
what's the good thing
so I think
about
around
Godot?
then was when I heard about it. And there's been like a decent amount of pickup of it. One game I really like, Rotato, I know uses Godot, and that was a pretty successful game.
Let's see. I think
But
the one
yeah.
that stuck out to me was this demo I played called Poke All Toads. It's a very cute little,
Mm-hmm.
almost Lemmings type puzzle game where you're running around poking toads, causing mischief, and each of the little fairies can do different things. And it was cute, but when I tried to full screen it or stream it, I noticed it just said Godot engine. It didn't actually say the name of the game. So I'm guessing it must be pretty popular these days.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, because if I feel like for the needs of most game developers that aren't trying to do anything like absurd, just have like some environments, some enemies, some levels, and some like interactable things, and aren't like super concerned about I need to have uh 1,000 interactable things updating in real time or whatever. Like for most cases, Godot is like perfectly fine. You don't
Yeah,
have to
well,
do anything fancy. When you get like into more complicated stuff, then you have to do some optimizing, and it's a little harder to get running well, I'd say, compared to like the other game engines, Unreal, Unity,
Yeah,
the
it was just
commercial ones.
it was a very simple puzzle game, so it wasn't anything crazy. But I just thought of that, and then there was the whole thing, and it just there's so many great talents in Flavor, man, and so many varied interests, and like Sensoga, who's lurking in my chat too. Thank you, man. Doing all that great shit with the with the coins and everything, and the processing. It's just blows my mind just how diverse the fandom is, man, and how many different amazing parts there are to it, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. Small niche internet communities, and then you have people with like unique skill sets, backgrounds. Never got into the big engines. I've only ever tried Love2D, SFML, Rayliv because of Balatro was made in it. And so it's like written in Lua, and the whole game's source code is there. And then people found out that he used a massive like 1,000+ line if statement or switch case or something for all of the Joker logic in that game. And it works. And it's also moddable. And so I see a lot of arguments for using more lightweight frameworks, like not really full engines, and it's like probably a good thing for learning.
Yeah, because
Like on the other hand, you do have to like re-implement a lot of stuff that you'd probably have to do if you were using a ready-made game engine, but like you'd have to learn how to use it. It's including a bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily need, and then like it wouldn't be code that you wrote and you completely understand and that you know how to modify. So that's the argument I usually hear for like smaller libraries or frameworks over game engines. Haven't really tried it out myself yet. Maybe I will. I've
yeah,
been
well,
playing a bit with Bevy, because the Bevy engine for Rust, because that is part of the game I'm working on for like the performance heavy stuff. And it seems like relatively
sorry.
what's the word? Bare bones, maybe. Bare bones for better or for worse. Like like the biggest thing it gives you is the ECS, entity component system, which lets you do things multi-threaded and very performant. But then like it sort of seems like you have to do a lot of other stuff yourself. And like the whole libraries and systems it exposes is relatively simple compared to like I don't know, the more proper game engines that have all this stuff bundled in that you might not necessarily use. Get so lost trying to figure out how to do anything useful, and there's so many things to look through. That's kind of just massive code bases. That's like a natural consequence of code bases being big. Is that it's a lot to read and understand, and even in the professional sphere, you're not really expected to be able to read the entire code base and know everything about it in like a day or two. It's gonna take a while, right?
Yeah, like with any project, like even with OBS, it took me a while to figure out how to do it. I had to do a couple of offline test streams just to get that going.
Yeah, even just using the software, let alone writing it, right?
But
Right. I'm
man,
surprised
practice
Microsoft
makes
hasn't
perfect, man.
tried to put out Minecraft as a game engine, but that may be a little too pro community for them. It could be cool. I mean, it's in Java and you can like decompile it, so like technically, well, technically, but not legally. Well,
Well,
I
aren't
mean, modding is a pretty big thing, so it's kind of. It's like it's kind of there.
aren't there like two versions of it? I never understood that shit.
Right, there's
The
Java and
Java and the
Bedrock, right?
Bedrock.
Because
But
they
what's the
rewrote
difference?
for like performance reasons and for like cross-platform reasons. Actually Java's already like generally cross-platform, so it's more for like performance reasons and to get on like consoles and stuff. They wrote the Bedrock version of Minecraft, but for like legacy purposes and supporting mods, the Java version still exists and is like maintained alongside Bedrock. It's kind of funny, and there's still like some bugs I think that are Bedrock specific that I hear about.
Well, so what's the one that all the VTubers are using, like when they do collabs and stuff? Like, if I eventually had to force myself to buy Minecraft, what version should I get?
Okay, so when you buy Minecraft, you get access to both versions, to Java and Bedrock, because
Oh,
it's the two versions of the same game.
well, that's cool.
But then, what was it? I get the feeling that most people, when they're playing Minecraft, they're playing Java, just because that's like the historically accepted version with like mod support, with like the dedicated servers and stuff. So I generally Java is going to be the standard, I think.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone has started like a flavor Minecraft server or something. I don't know who would be paying to host that. Because don't you need
Yeah,
to
I
pay
know
to host servers?
Salty Kitschy is a VTuber who's like somewhat associated with
Yeah,
Flavor. There's a lot of like
one of the
people playing,
underperformers,
and he has
right?
a Minecraft server. What
It's
was that?
it's she's one of the underperformers. It's like her,
Yeah, in
Kemp,
that group.
Nicola, and Soren,
Yeah,
right?
they collabed a bit.
They
As far as
collab
I'm
all the time.
concerned, Java's a real Minecraft. So was it Microsoft? Also, so Microsoft could break compatibility with Linux. Oh, is that one
Oh.
thing that's happened with Bedrock? That was a fun gameplay mods, but also performance mods. I know there's an open source knockoff of Minecraft, had a few mods ported over, not sure how well it's done. Well, that's neat. It's like I guess Doom's already open source. I was thinking of like Free Doom, where it's like an asset pack for the Doom engine, which is already open source. But like, yeah, I mean, Minecraft itself was based off of like other games that existed. So, and I see a lot of people like doing devlogs and stuff. I made a voxel engine and it performs a bajillion times better than Minecraft because I put this fancy optimization for meshes and the game does nothing else but render the voxel stuff yet, but it's in development.
So what's a voxel, man?
Voxel is a 3D pixel.
Oh.
Uh, in 3D space, it's a cube basically, but like on a line to a grid, and that's what Minecraft is based on. So then, like a voxel game engine
It's
is like
like a vox.
similar to Minecraft.
It's like a vox pixel. I get it.
Yeah,
Took me.
volumetric
It
or
took me
something.
entirely too long to fucking get it, but that's me.
Yeah. Oh, pixel is picture element. But I know there's a bunch of flavor people playing on a server. I think that's Salty's server. Do.
Oh, well, there's one I know that Kara and Nicola have been playing like every single Tuesday for a while. I think there was one that she was doing. I'm not sure.
I'm tempted to see how well my server PC would handle a Factorio server. Haven't played Factorio. I just know that it's like that game that addicts people.
Yeah, I've not watched. I've watched Satisfactory. I think I watched Susie Blue play Satisfactory recently. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. It all just looks like Sim City to me.
Oh, hello, kind of Park saying I would always rather start from nothing than use a framework for someone else's fork of work just because it's quicker for me to reinvent the wheel than try to figure out the other dev's insanity. Double-edged sword though. Yeah, I'd say if you're like super used to like writing all that stuff, then yeah, I can imagine it would be quicker. And then you have like full knowledge of the code base and everything. But like for the most people, I would imagine using even like a lightweight library would be a lot of would save a lot of headache, probably. 2D is a pixel, 3D is a voxel, would 4D be a hypervoxel? Oh my god, hypercube's everything. So hyper 4D. Oh man, I remember reading like Wikipedia articles and stuff on the fourth dimension and stuff as a kid and trying to understand it and trying to visualize it and like, okay, so it's like if we have 3 dimensions, but then it's like if there's another direction that you could go that was perpendicular to all the other directions. And
Well,
so you can
well,
like visualize it as like a timeline or something that you can scrub through or something.
yeah. I was always led to believe that the fourth dimension is time.
That is one explanation. Like if you think about it in terms of a dimension is just like a piece of data, it's like a number, right? Then you could define like a fourth dimension to be really anything, like say color or something, right? You assign a color to every point in 3D space. that's a fourth dimension. That's like another piece of data to visualize. And so typically when you're talking about like fourth dimension, I don't know, in the way I'm describing it, it's you're thinking of like a fourth spatial dimension. But like that's just it's sort of like another piece of data, I guess. Factor is originally pitched as an add-on for Industrial Craft 2, a Minecraft mod. It's also run so dang well for everything it's got running at once. Even my sister's pizza can handle it. Yeah, that's good coding. That's like writing roller coaster Chris Sawyer, I think, writing Roller Coaster Tycoon in assembly and then having it run with like thousands of peeps in the park and running well on the computers at the time. Tixel
Yeah, it's like
what the voxel?
I think Powerwash Simulator must be really well optimized because there's no way I could stream it as well as I do on my fucking potato because it is a 3D game. But it even runs quite well once I got the right settings going.
Yeah, it seems pretty well optimized. Is it Unreal or is it Unity? It might have been Unity, I think.
Well, I think it may be. I wonder if it's because like it's not an open world game. It's just one small area that you're working on. Maybe that helps to do. I don't know about this stuff. Like all
probably yeah. There's less like stuff to stream in.
Yeah, because that's what
parts.
As far as Silent Hill 2 goes, bring that up again. That's the part that was making Kara's computer shit itself was trying to load in all the enemy textures at once.
Yeah, and all the dirt and stuff can be handled with fancy graphics card stuff to run really well.
Yeah, if my fucking potato can run a 3D game, then chef's kiss. Because, like I said, I tried Tabletop Simulator once, and it just fucking exploded almost to the point where I don't know if it was before or after that, but this is how dumb I am with fucking computers. My laptop would come on, but it just got a big black screen. But I know it was coming on because I could turn on the caps key and everything. So there was a point where I just had left it on for like 4 or 5 days if I knew I had a stream coming. And since they don't do fucking screensavers anymore, I just put on like a video, a 12-hour video of a Yule log or something, just to make sure it doesn't go to sleep, because that's how paranoid I got. Because I'm fucking stupid with computers.
Yeah.
Turns out, like, it just might be a problem with the fact that I was leaving my controller and mouse and everything plugged in. So, I don't know, man. There's so much experimentation. But I'm paranoid to take this thing in and have it looked at because everything is under the name of Amanda Splatts. Like, for security purposes, like, if anyone sees the screen or data or anything, they're going to see the name Amanda Splatts. Like,
I guess it depends on, like, who you're showing it to and how much you care that they find out about the name Amanda Splatts. I don't know.
Like, worst comes to worst, I'll change the name to, like, System Director or something. But then they're gonna wonder why I have like 200 pictures of this bony, pale, silver-haired bitch on my desktop. I don't know, man. If they're professionals, I don't know. They'll ask questions. Because I know it's a wrap.
Yeah, I probably weren't worried too much about it, but I guess that depends on who you're going to.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get a new fan out of it.
You like when game devs make an effort to make their games playable on lower end hardware. Yeah, that's optimization. I mean, like, in theory, it's a part of every game dev's job is to make the game run well, right? But then sometimes you just don't have the time to put that much effort into it.
There is crunch,
right?
man. The
or
you're limited on resources,
you're limited on manpower. Yeah, you're limited on time, especially. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
just load up Tabletop Sim and notice the background's blurred. If that's a Gaussian blur shader, that could be unnecessary performance staging. Oh, right. If there's a setting for that, yeah, definitely look for like blur settings because those can be surprisingly performance intensive.
Right. Well, I know to turn off shadows. That's what I did before Arcolab, and that seems to be helping out. Blur, like they know I wanted one of my real homies in the Desert Court, he tried to get me a potato mod for Street Fighter 6. Because he knew I'd have a couple of new favorite characters in that game, and just it just kind of blows my mind how the community can rally around and make all these fucking fixes and correct things that even the developers hadn't thought about.
Yeah, yeah, mods making the game better than it would be without modders doing like 10 times the work of the actual developers and like adding new mobs to Minecraft or whatever.
And
Their
doing it
professionals are going to steer clear of your meter folders. I hope so, yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Come up in another VTuber stream, there's totally a market for VTuber tech support.
VTuber
Oh,
tech
right.
tips.
Forgot who, but I remember seeing like the clips or the posts or whatever about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank God.
Or just like a business. Was it a Giga clip? I've been watching a lot of like Giga's clips, and it sounds like it could be a Giga thing talking about like there's a lot of YouTubers who probably need like stream support set up for like specific stuff to streaming in general. So like there's probably a market for tech support for stuff like that.
Well, didn't Amelia Watson do a lot of that for EN supposedly?
Oh yeah.
I tell you, man,
From what I hear.
I didn't watch a ton of Amelia, but she got the best possible ending when it went to graduating, because not only is she still going to be around, occasionally streaming time to time, but she gets to stay in the company. They don't have to fucking disappear her, and she's going to be helping
Yeah, that
out the
too.
other
It was like really
talents.
funny seeing that, and then I was thinking like that's a really good idea. They really should have been doing this a long time ago. And it's really funny that it's like so unprecedented in the VTuber scene for I don't know, Amelia's style of quote unquote graduation, well, quote unquote not graduation to happen, right? It's like, oh my
I
god,
get.
they're not streaming anymore, but they're still affiliated with Hololive, and they can still come back for special events and stuff. Oh my god, this has never happened before in the VTubing scene. It's kind of crazy that it hasn't happened
Well,
before.
allegedly they said that Coco come back whenever she wanted. Like it's not impossible to talk about her, but they haven't brought
Mm-hmm.
her up at all. Like the only time I've even
Yeah,
seen her used is in Idol Showdown, and that was a fan
I
game.
feel like Coco just kind of wants to do her own thing.
Yeah, she is literally living her fucking dream, man. Like
She's free. She's free.
like
Freedom.
on a completely 100% unrelated note, I don't know what I'm thinking about this when talking about Coco, but Kason on air, she recently,
Mm-hmm.
with Like a Dragon 7, she actually got put in
Oh
the
right, yeah,
game
she was
that
in the
she
thing.
loved growing up. So she's literally living her dream
Living
and
the
getting to
dream. She made it into the
she's
thing that she.
she gets to be in her favorite character's canon.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. And the great thing is she makes a little extra money
The
too,
dimensional merge is real.
because she not only does her English voice or does the Japanese voice for the original,
Yeah, and
she
she
also does
dubs
her voice
both
in the English
voices.
dub. Yeah, so she's getting it
So
on both
based.
sides, man. It's great. I feel like
Skyrim only survives some mods.
I don't know if this is a fucking hot take or not, but I feel like after like kind of restructuring, a couple people left, a couple people joined. I think Vishojo is probably in one of the better places that they've ever been, man. But especially with the more recent hires.
Yeah, they seem to be doing well.
Like
I
I know
just
back.
don't watch Twitch enough, so I don't follow as many of them just because they're like pretty much all streaming on Twitch.
Yeah,
Which I
well,
kind of wanted to do. I was thinking more about like dual streaming, multi-streaming.
I'm too.
Probably a good idea just to like get more eyes potentially to see the stream, to like discover the stream, right? And I
I'm
think judging how I can read both my chat and Amanda's chat right now, which sorry, we've been missing like two of Nicola's messages. I think I could do it. I think I could read two stream chats at once. Although ideally I can just like use a thing to combine the chats. I know Kara does that.
Yeah, Kara's been
Anyway.
dual casting since day one, and like Mother Tiffy, Tiffy Weefy, the one that I've looked up to, she does that as well. So I know the options are there, but I feel like maybe it's my fucking hag brain, but I'm a little confused by streaming on Twitch. Because, like, the whole bits
What about it?
and dropping bits and weird monetization and everything with the hype
all
train and
the
everything.
like interactive stuff.
Yeah.
And like subscriptions and bits. So bits are just donations, and then
And the
subscriptions are your like your
voices
monthly
and
memberships, like on YouTube. And
although
follows equals YouTube subscribers. So translating, Twitch follow equals YouTube subscription. Twitch subscription equals YouTube membership. Twitch bits equals YouTube super chat. That's pretty much it, right?
and
it's
what
all
is
like gamified. There's stuff like hype trains. There's stuff like I don't know. There's channel points where you can like redeem to do a thing, play up any sound or whatever. There's like a lot more interaction and stuff. And so for me, like I like the experience watching it live, but it gets a little annoying watching like a VOD because you know it's not live and it's not like random people interacting right then.
Well, I'm actually more focused on the VODs and stuff because, you know, with my fucking wagey hours, I stream at weird times sometimes. Like, there was regularly a point where I was streaming at 5 a.m. every week just so I could get a stream in before I go swimming at the public pool. So I am more into VODs, and I was just wondering on Twitch, they don't keep VODs, do they? Like, there's something you have to do if you want to keep
Right,
a
right.
VOD?
So first you have to enable keeping the VODs in your settings, and then I think at the base level it's like 7 days, and then when you reach like Twitch partner, they'll keep the VODs for 60 days. Otherwise, you want to keep the VODs forever. You gotta like manually re-upload that to YouTube, which is some people like having their VODs disappear, I think. But if you want to keep them, I see a lot of Twitch streamers who re-upload VODs to YouTube.
I think
Game dev streams, multi-stream would be a good idea. There's a really helpful and kind game dev community on Twitch. I noticed that like the whole software game development category on Twitch seems to be like pretty lively, alive, and doing well. So yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
Well, if I were to do I would only do dual casting because, you know, me talking about lost media and everything, I do like that kind of quote unquote permanent archive on YouTube just in case like a game that you played 3 years ago really pops off for some reason and people end up finding it because they're looking for it. So I do like the option of like, and what if something happens to the streamer, like they get run over like by a fucking truck or something? So I would definitely, I would not solely stream on Twitch, but I would be interested in dual casting. So at least that VOD is there just in case.
Yeah. There's another benefit of dual casting. You automatically get the YouTube VOD forever. What's it called on Kick? And then PewDiePie style retirement. All right, him and like, was it Jerma did like the soft retirement thing. What is it called in Kick? I know Pippa streamed like a few times on Kick just for like media watch alongs.
I believe in my life I've caught exactly one Kick stream, and that was Mother Tiffy giving it a shot, trying to play a more spicy type of game that wouldn't be okay on Twitch. After that, I didn't touch the fucking thing.
Yeah, save Kick for the those kinds of streams, the spicier streams.
Okay, we're up to 99%.
The TOS breaking streams. Another platform.
So let's see what's left. Lower Basin Bowl hasn't been finished. Not sure what else. Raised pool floor, upper basin edge. I gotta be very 0 careful.
Degree nozzle.
Yeah, just to get the little tiny particulars and everything.
I'm gaming. I'm power washing. I'm frantically waggling my mouse like a freaking Wii remote in the Wii Sports Resort sword fighting mini game.
Now the Wii, man, that's a console that passed me by because I believe at that time I had already started with trying to get more games on PC, but I know that had a lot of great stuff on it because they had finally worked on the motion controls they were trying to do during the whole Power Glove era back in the NES days. And but I know wasn't there a whole ton of shovelware on there too? There's like licensed games and minigame compilation crap.
I do kind of remember a lot of, I don't know, lower tier games available on the Wii, but there are also some really great first party like Nintendo games and stuff.
Yeah, like what was it?
You
Super
know,
Mario Maker, I think it was one of the latter day entries.
I think that was started on the Wii U or on the 3DS, I think. Actually, I don't remember it on Wii. Really surprised. Wii game seems like the sort of thing Amanda would be really into.
Yeah, like I don't even have a capture card, but if I did, I might be interested in giving it a shot, see if I can find one in a pawn shop or something. Actually, if I have the capture card, it would be so great because I've got a one of those plug
And
and
you can do like the
plays.
dual PC streaming setup.
Yeah, I've got a plug and play that is
In
a
theory.
Neo Geo. You know the old Neo Geo
Oh,
arcade, just
yes.
that
I
I love.
remember having like one of the 100 something, like 500 games in one. Those like knockoff
Oh,
consoles for like that just play NES games and stuff.
but actually, this is a legitimate one made by Neo Geo themselves. So if I could
Ooh,
just get a nice, good capture card, I could just plug it in and like stream like 40 different games, and not have to be
nice. Be the
paranoid about.
original hardware player
Yeah, man.
for that. I got a
Because
capture card. I guess I could play my Nintendo 64 if I can. Well, one resurrect it. I think it still works last I checked, but that was like a few years ago. So no guarantees on it actually working. Oh,
yeah,
and then I need composite. I need like a composite converter. Oh, that might be rough.
and then I get all paranoid about like getting dinged for that also. Because even though if I do run it on legit, because there are a couple of VTubers I watch, like Lazy Susan, who do legitimate console streams where they actually plug it in too. And I don't know. I guess I get too paranoid about what YouTube might do because YouTube's gonna do what YouTube's gonna do either way. But like if I look at it as being a hobby, then I don't have to worry about putting my whole life into it, putting my whole all the eggs in that one basket.
Yeah, definitely don't feel obligated. Like spend money that you're not comfortable spending, unless it's something you like really want. I the way I think of it is like, would I have spent this money either way if I wasn't doing content
Right.
creation?
And that is exactly what Pippa was talking about during that one stream where I was given the tools to be able to do VTubing on a budget. She said exactly that. Don't spend money on something you wouldn't use. Now buying the internet, getting high speed internet and everything, that is literally something I use for working from home. So I would have used it either way. So there's that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's good.
then
I would have had this PC for gaming either way. So
yeah, well, when I found out that after like 15 years, they were finally putting Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back on consoles and you could buy them, I was going to buy a computer anyways because they're the fucking history behind the copyrights for that game and everything. Uh, how we're able to buy it legally for like 15 years and only recently that stuff got straightened out. You don't want to lose it again. Oh crap, what's left?
and the lower
Um,
basin bowl, I'm like spraying it. Oh, I guess the edge too. The lower basin edge. Oh, there's like one edge that I got.
Lower basin bowl, upper
There's something
basin
else.
edge.
Yeah, a bunch of basin edges or edging right now. I am cleaning this edge. All right, we just edged successfully. All right.
That's beautiful, man. But as far as like high performance, low performance, and everything, I've also been looking at games that I love, games that I can stream that are relatively low performance. Like San Ruby's been doing Darkest Dungeon every Sunday, and that's agonizing, painful, fear-inducing fun.
Yeah, that's good.
And I've been.
2D games,
It's one of the
indie
greatest
games.
one of the greatest narrators ever as well. Like I'm fucking walking around my house when no one's around, talking about another one falls, or is this just a trick of the light? And I've been looking for like an AI voice of the ancestor, just so I can have him say some dumb shit.
Nice.
I
Lower
checked out
basin wall. That's these walls. Oh, it's this wall. There we go.
what's left.
Lower pool floor. 5 out of 8. That's these outside pool floors.
I think the upper basin edge is the only solo thing we don't have, but we got a parkour up there. I don't think you can just jump up there. You got to
Parkour.
actually use the ladder for this.
Yep, time to level up from parkour noob to parkour pro in
Going-
Powerwash Civilization.
We're going for the beef this time, motherfucker.
Jumping for the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I actually tried it out in Minecraft, I realized that a 1 block vertical jump is actually super freaking easy. So you know what? I would be jumping for the beef just for the taste of it.
There you go, man. Got to make those smart
Yeah.
decisions in life.
I want the
But-
beef, not just that chicken.
But is Minecraft really that chunky, or can that like vanilla Minecraft run on like smaller things?
That's a good question. Like it definitely was in past versions. I have no idea how it is in the current version. Like vanilla Minecraft on a low spec PC.
There we go. There's
Get me the dialogue auto of his voice ripped. I could train a model on it. Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you can give Nicola your
well,
AI
Nicola,
voice requests.
Nicola, if you're listening, if you, I'll look for the video after the stream. But if you Google Darkest Dungeon Ancestor voice lines, I think there's like a 51-minute video of all his voice lines from everything except the Color Out of Space DLC. But I'll look to it after the stream because I think we're almost done.
That sounds like a character that probably someone else would have already made a voice of too, if you can maybe find it. But probably not too hard to train it yourself, given the right hardware.
I think we've done everything except one of this the type of shit that pissed me off last night. We've done 15 of the 16 upper basin
Outer
walls.
outer wall caps.
Now I got to find the one that we missed.
Yep, I'm doing the outer walls right now. I'm searching. Oh, found one that's dirty. All right. What's I saying?
It's
Yeah,
like
definitely like on a tangent. I had like a tangent ready in my head, and now it's gone. I'm lost.
Oh, that's how you do it, man. It was talking about, I believe it was Sensoka saying yesterday, how that's how the best Zatsus are when you got nothing that you're thinking of. And I was really fucked up last night. I was sinuses and shit happening at work and everything. And when I got the ban or the block, whatever, I just fucking let loose. And it's great because since the stream was blocked because of the bullshit copyright, no one heard me go crazy. So now it's like, do I release the full video? Do I let everyone see me get angry?
Tee.
Do you want the full?
You should save it and then clip it for later if it's a good rant, kind of angry.
Yeah, because luckily, like well, my answer is just me saying fucking shit a lot. But then a lot of my streams are just me saying fucking shit a lot. So at least it's on brand.
Swear! Oh no! VTuber said a dirty word. Ooh.
Well, I legitimately got paranoid about it because like my original content, and including singing, was going to be gambling, and I didn't know if like YouTube, well, like casino games and stuff, but I didn't know if YouTube was going to ding me for that. So I believe my first few VODs were initially set to adults only, and that absolutely fucked up my. Oh, you found it.
Yeah, probably best to keep it to like virtual gambling, right? Oh, except was it Poker Night at the Inventory got delisted from Steam due to like the licensing expiring or whatever.
I bow to you, man.
I still have it though.
You found that shit
we
so
did
fast.
We speed ran.
Yeah,
We speed ran. I'm just I played a lot of Powerwash Simulator in my time.
There you
just
go.
Not on stream.
Go ahead and
Kick allows gamble. Oh yeah, you could you could stream your gambling on Kick. Let's go.
That's another system I have to
wanna...
create a fucking profile for and have to update regularly. So the warden says, looking at this glorious condition, I can't help but think we've got ourselves a real monster at this time. Fill it with the fresh water, plug in a few.
Yeah, time lapse.
Yeah, the time lapse is the most satisfying part because you're stuck for like 6, 7, 8 hours, and then you see your little fella hauling ass around it, in like 10 seconds. That's fucking great.
Yeah, that's fun.
D,
Yeah.
thank you for this, man. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
This is
sure.
actually perfect. I was thinking between 1 to 2 hours because I want to do marathon streams like 7, 8 hours like people do, but then my health starts going at like 4, and I have to cut it. So, you'll notice
Yeah, no,
I
don't
so that
force yourself, I'd say. Like it definitely like, if it's like a health concern or you're just too busy, then, don't worry about it.
yeah, cause
Just
so I
do what you
think
can.
though that's my groove. I find like 6 to 7 streams a week, but they're 1 to 2 hours. Like when I do karaoke, I barely go over an hour for that. So it's just a whole bunch of experimentation, a whole bunch of trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And
Yeah.
I'm honored that I got senpais like you to kind of help out with that, help give out advice, and follow your example, my man. I appreciate you for coming out
Sure,
here
no
tonight.
problem. Oh God, I'd completely forgotten about the senpai thing. Uh,
Yeah,
the funny
if
anime
if you
thing.
want me to stop, like the joke was initially just about me, a fucking hag with the fucking Tom Waits voice calling someone senpai or cowhigh, and I think it just kind
Senpai,
of stuck.
senpai, senpai. No, you got to go harder into the bit.
Yeah, lean too hard, my
Yeah,
fucking throat will go out. I got to be careful about that. But
yeah,
that is Powerwash Simulator, man. We'll be doing it again tomorrow with Temp Neo. I look forward to the games you're cooking, man. I look forward to your chill
yeah.
voice.
Sure.
Weren't you talking
It
about
might
doing
be a while,
ASMR?
but ASMR. Oh
Yeah,
no.
like there was a
Okay, there is
spate of
one
people
thing
I
that I
read.
keep thinking about. I did enable the I think gift suggestions on when I set up my throne.
Oh, good lord.
Well, first I set up throne and never really advertised it to anyone. I just sort of had the links there, but I did enable the like gift suggestions, so I know that like in theory someone could put the freaking ASMR mic on there. I don't know what I use it for, but
Now,
it's a theoretical possibility.
now, do you have to pay taxes on gifts you get on Throne, or
Um,
because with stuff like Throne
that's a
and
good
Kofi and
question.
stuff, I get paranoid about having to pay
That's a
taxes
good
on it.
question, but I think that does sound like you would have to pay taxes,
Yeah, because
judging from I know my understanding of it. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a whatever.
well, I'm sure the websites have FAQs about that. I'm sure I can't be the only person who asked
Yeah, it's
about that.
probably listed there. But yeah.
Because I walk that line between not wanting to like look like a grifter, have people pay for shit, but I also have other things as a single working adult with a full time job that I got to put that money towards first. So it is that whole balancing act of how much I'm willing to sink into it, and I think that's why initially I said I was going to give this 6 months to see if I want to continue doing it and how much I want to sink into it.
Hmm.
So just a lot of
Yeah, I think
thinking, a
my
lot.
philosophy is like I've been doing this a while, and as a streamer, you're providing a service, entertainment, and you're not forcing anyone to pay for it. Really, it's just it's e-banking. You're hoping
Right.
that someone feels like donating, but you don't have to. I mean, you probably shouldn't be too forceful of it, otherwise people will think you're weird. Otherwise, you'll be the one streamer who got clipped with the $5. We have so many people here. If you don't have $5 to whatever, and I'm still like wondering in my mind if that was like an intentional rage bait thing or if she's like that
Yeah,
unself-aware about it
well, people think I'm
or
fucking
offended
weird
on
all
it.
day. They just have to listen to me speak to make that decision, or watch me sing like fucking Phil Collins karaoke for a night. I am trying to do like it's weird. I'm trying to walk that line between doing different stuff and then trying to get a couple views by doing the games that everyone plays. So it's just about finding that balance, man. And I know you've been working on that too. And I commend you, man. And congrats on the 250 subs and everything. And
Oh yeah,
you,
thank you.
yeah, Paulino on the
Yeah.
fucking incline, man.
Yeah, it still feels like a little weird to me, and I don't know. I still have to like acknowledge the fact that I'm still freaking small. I'm still small time, and like I can't expect people to care about me, right? You have to make them care about you. You have to do stuff worthy of like getting eyes on you in order to, I don't know, maybe that's just my philosophy of
Right.
it,
Yeah.
but you know,
It's like
I
I
don't know.
know I've only been doing this for like 3 months, so I know I'm not supposed to know everything yet. Not even supposed to be that fucking good at this yet. But I feel blessed because I and a lot of people in my situation had FlaVR as that initial fan base. So that is a great blessing to have the other members here help you out, and eventually once you blossom off and get big like Senna or Nyana or Mina Vanilla Dew or Jawoon. It's all the more sweeter because you can spread the love, man.
Yeah,
Flavor
it is
love.
nice. I think it definitely helped me out early on, is just to have at least one viewer. Just know that someone is watching you while you're screaming out into the void of the internet.
Yeah,
Just having at least one viewer.
I get those brain worms too when I do like a 2 hour stream and nobody said anything in the chat. But then I got to remember I stream like sometimes at 5 in the morning when no one else like it's weird in the Discord. I'm like the way I handle the Discord sometimes, it's like when I used to work at the office, I worked mornings and afternoons, and
Hmm.
sometimes I'd be the only person there at that time. So it was nice and quiet, and I'd kind of have the whole reign of the whole place for a few hours. So I know like everyone else will be sleeping on West Coast time or whatever overseas, and they wake up and they see like 30 fucking pictures of me as various anime characters in the AI spam thread or whatever. That's my contribution to this company, and you can't fucking stop me. None of you.
Yeah, the
It's all that
Discord chickens
creativity,
and
man.
flavor. For you to not get groomed.
Uh,
All right, don't mind
just,
me. I'm just starting a single player freaking Powerwash Simulator. I don't know if you want to continue this conversation either on or off stream. Yeah, we can talk about like,
oh
I
yeah.
don't know, growth
Well,
numbers, content creation.
I'd be happy to go over those, man. But as far as the stream goes, though, I got a doctor's appointment like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I got to get off and check a
Okay,
couple
yeah,
things for that temp thing tomorrow. But I
yeah,
would
for your
definitely
own
like to keep talking,
sanity.
keep a dialogue up, and I do appreciate you supporting me on Twitter too, man.
Yeah,
That
sure,
really
no
makes me
problem.
smile, my man.
Honestly, I don't know. I've felt it before when my tweets get zero interaction, and I feel bad about it. So I just want to help out a little.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by the desert, Neo. Definitely want to do this sometime soon. You got an
Yeah,
outro before I
yeah,
end
this is a
my
nice
stream?
conversation. What was that?
Do you have an outro? Like,
Uh,
I,
I have the
I,
O2 Neo where I drag my model off screen and say O2 Neo. That's my outro. Except I'm a PNG now, so all right,
I,
O2 Neo.
I can do that. I'm slowly sliding the Fugi off, and you're disappearing to the right.
Yeah, and then I can slowly slide your Fugi off of where. Oh crap! I grabbed the collection. Okay, slowly sliding your Fugi off. All right,
All right. I'm Amanda
all right.
Splatts, and this has been the Amanda Splatts Project.
Bye
Good night.
bye. Bye. I might continue streaming a bit. I just want to finish this van.
I totally understand, my dude. I'm just like I said, I got an appointment tomorrow, and then like I
Yeah, no
said,
problem.
1 to 2 hours is my usual stream time anyway. So thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.